Welcome to It's Good to Be Smart. I'm your host, Dr. Dave Mulder. I love to learn new things, and I hope you do too, because it's good to be smart. In this episode, we're diving into a tiny but mighty topic, viruses. What exactly are they? And are they even alive? Scientists have debated this question for years, and by the end of this episode, you'll have some thoughts of your own. But let's start with the basics. A virus is a microscopic particle that can infect living things. It's made of organic compounds, just like you and me. Organic compounds are molecules that contain carbon, and they are the building blocks of life. Viruses have genetic material, either DNA or RNA, wrapped up inside a protein coating called a capsid. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is like a set of instructions that tell cells how to function and grow. RNA, or ribonucleic acid, is similar, and it's usually involved in copying and carrying out those instructions inside of a cell. So far, viruses seem a lot like living things, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. Viruses can't actually do much on their own. Unlike bacteria or plants or animals, they can't grow or maintain homeostasis or reproduce by themselves. Instead, they have to invade a living cell and take it over to survive and multiply. Think of a virus as a pirate, sneaky and determined to hijack a ship and take it over. But in this case, the ship is a cell. How does this invasion work? Well, a virus attaches to a host cell. This could be a cell in your body, or in an animal, in a plant, even in a bacteria. Then the virus injects its genetic material into the cell. This genetic material takes over, forcing the cell to stop what it's doing and start making copies of the virus instead. This process is called replication. Eventually, so many new viruses are made that the cell bursts open, releasing them to infect more cells. And just like that, a virus army is born. Now, you've probably heard of viruses that can make people sick, like the flu, COVID-19, or even the common cold. But viruses don't just infect humans. Some viruses attack animals, like rabies in mammals. Others invade plants, like the tobacco mosaic virus, which affects crops. And some viruses even infect bacteria. These are called bacteriophages, and they are so tiny they look like little robots under a microscope. There are different kinds of viruses that attack all sorts of organisms, and yes, there are some kinds of viruses that are primed and ready to attack human cells in particular. Luckily, our bodies have a defense system to fight back, our immune system. When a virus infects our cells, our immune system jumps into action, producing antibodies. Antibodies are special proteins in our blood that recognize and attack viruses, helping our bodies get rid of them. This is what makes us immune to some viruses after we've had them once. Our immune system is designed to remember the viruses we've encountered before and keep antibodies on hand, ready to spring into action should that kind of virus attack your body again. This is also how vaccines work. They help train our immune system to recognize and fight off certain viruses before we ever get sick. Pretty smart science, huh? And now for some fascinating virus facts that might surprise you. There are more viruses on Earth than stars in the universe. Scientists estimate that there are about 10 nonillion, that's a 1 followed by 31 zeros, 10 nonillion viruses on Earth. That is way more than all the living organisms combined. Did you know that some viruses can actually be helpful? Scientists are studying how bacteriophages might be used to fight harmful bacteria as a kind of medicine. Imagine that, a virus would actually help you fight off a bacterial infection. Earlier I mentioned the tobacco mosaic virus, which is a kind of virus that attacks tobacco plants. This was actually the first virus humans ever discovered, way back in 1892, long before we even knew what DNA was. Some kinds of viruses can make you sick, and some kinds of bacteria can make you sick. But while medicines called antibiotics can kill bacteria, antibiotics won't work against viruses. That's why doctors won't prescribe antibiotics for colds or the flu, because these diseases are caused by viruses, not bacteria. Okay, let's wrap up this episode. Viruses are made of organic compounds, like living things, and they have DNA or RNA. But they can't reproduce on their own. They need a host cell to do it for them. They infect people, animals, plants, or even bacteria. And while some viruses make us sick, our immune system and vaccines help protect us. Now it's your turn to think like a scientist. What do you think? Are viruses alive or not? Thanks for joining me for this episode. Nice work leveling up your brain power today. Remember, smart isn't something you are, it's something we become as we're learning. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep getting smarter every day. It's Good to Be Smart is created and produced by me, Dr. Dave Mulder, with the support of the National Science Foundation through the Robert Noyce Teacher Scholarship Program. Subscribe to this feed so you'll never miss an episode, and check out our home on the web, goodtobesmart.com. Until next time, keep asking questions, stay curious, and keep learning, because it's good to be smart.